When was Quran's mathematical code 19 discovered? As we all know that the Quran's mathematical base is number 19. The question is, when was this numerical code 19 discovered? Salamun alaikum. I offer peace to all. I would like to discuss today's topic in the form of a short story. It is my understanding that when difficult concepts are explained in the form of a story, or by using an analogy, or by an allegory, the concepts stick to our minds more clearly and firmly for a long run. So here we go. Once upon a time, I had a friend whose field of study was chemistry. He had a PhD in chemistry and had immigrated to the United States from Egypt. He worked for a major chemical company. One day, the team of research scientists working for that company were approached by the upper management of that company, and they requested that they had acquired a new machine based on recent technology, but the problem they were facing was that they did not know how to use this machine in their ongoing operations. They asked these scientists to look into this matter and to make recommendations as to how they should proceed. So my friend, being a tinkerer that he was, got the disposal of this new toy on his hands. Now at the same time he had another personal project going on in his life. This project was that he had a young family at the time, and he wanted his kids to be able to read and understand the scripture, specifically the final testament, Quran. There were other English language translations, but he was for some reason not satisfied with what he saw. He felt that there was something missing, as most of them did not do justice to the original Arabic language. Arabic being his mother tongue, he decided that he will translate the Quran into English. So he embarked on his mission and very soon translated the first chapter of the Quran. Then, as soon as he started the translation of the second chapter, he got stuck. The very first verse of this chapter was just the initials ALM. His dilemma was that he did not understand the significance or meaning of these initials. What message was God trying to convey here by mentioning these three letters? So having the new computer at his disposal at work, he decided that he will upload the whole Quran into the computer. So he spent the next 4 years trying to figure out the significance of these Quranic initials. Initially, he was pleased to find out that in chapter 36 the initials were YS. He noticed that the frequency of these letters Y and S in Surah 36 was higher than the frequency of other letters used. The real breakthrough came in January 1974. He then understood that the Quran was a mathematically structured book and that it was based on the prime number 19. He had read in the Quran, for example, Surah 10, verse 1. We find ALR. These are the miracles of this book of wisdom. Again, Surah 11, verse 1. we find ALR. This is a scripture whose verses have been perfected, then elucidated. It comes from a most wise, most cognizant. Our generation is so fortunate to actually witness this Quran's mathematical structure, at the same time maintaining this literary excellence of incredible dimensions. We humans should consider ourselves incredibly blessed without comparison. After January 1974, the information literally exploded. Later, he even made a list of the available English language translations, and he noticed that his translation turned out to be the 19th English translation. Another significance of 1974 is that we find that in the Quran in Surah 74 called the Hidden Secret, the number 19 is mentioned in verse 30, and on top of that 30 is the 19th composite number. The lunar year in 1974 was 1393. But then we all know that Prophet Muhammad preached the Quran in Mecca, in today's Saudi Arabia, for 13 years. He then moved to Medina, again in today's Saudi Arabia, where he preached for another 10 years. The Muslim calendar actually started when he moved to Medina. So here we need to add 13 years to the year 1393, and we get lunar year 1406. Now 1406 is the same as 19 times 74. So we are back to 1974. From this we learn that be it solar years or lunar years, it is God who is omniscient. It is God who is running the universe. Simply put, God is in charge. In Quran, Surah 35, verse 41, we find, God is the one who holds the heavens and the earth lest they vanish. If anyone else is to hold them, they will most certainly vanish. He is clement, forgiving. Thank you. I again offer peace to all.